Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for my Leo collective. Any major Leo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, keep in mind timing and energy is fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time. This reading may or may not be for you. Let's jump in, Leo, and see what kind of energies need to come through for you. I kind of feel something might have been leaving a bad taste in your mouth. So that's kind of what I heard as I was getting ready to tap into your energies. This is leaving a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm not sure what's going on with you, Leo. But I think there's definitely something that's been going on below the surface, and it doesn't really taste good. So let's jump in and see what needs to come through with the cards. Karma. You will reap what you have sown. So I think get ready for some karma to play out, Leo. Whether this is good karma or bad karma, this is going to depend on your past actions. If you've put good out there, I think get ready to receive. If you've put bad out there, I think get ready for some karma. There's that bad taste in the mouth, a parting of the ways. So I feel an ending of a relationship here, a broken ring, a broken promise, maybe the cancellation of an engagement of some sort. It says parting of ways in either business or romance. But I'm feeling like a romantic partnership coming to an end. And maybe this is to kind of shift you into playing a different role when it comes to your spiritual journey. I do feel the sun is setting on a situation. And I think this has been a long time coming, and that's why it's kind of leaving a bad taste in your mouth. So maybe this is due to some past karma that is needing to be balanced out. Yeah, there's definitely fear, worry, a very tense situation. I think somebody's, stabbed you in the heart with a dagger. I kind of feel this hurts, to be honest. But slow and steady, you surely will get ahead. It's going to take a lot of hard work to get ahead, but this really is an ending that is going to open up new doorways for you. There are new opportunities waiting for you, so please don't feel all down and out. I do feel this is a temporary problem, and maybe you've been dealing with this for a little while. I think it's been cloudy, it's been unclear, maybe it's been foggy when it comes to moving forward. But this, I feel, is part of your spiritual awakening. And maybe this has been a long journey. I do think maybe you're struggling financially. You very well could be in a financial pinch. But with good plans and hard work, Leo, you will have success around the corner. I think this is just the very beginning of you stepping onto the spiritual path. Maybe you need to reach out for some spiritual guidance. I think you do have protection from harm, and God's rejection truly is your protection. So if somebody's been rejecting you or recently rejected you and you're afraid and unsure of the future, maybe this does hurt. All endings do lead to new beginnings, and this maybe had to close out in order for a new opportunity to come forward that has been waiting in the wings. Something maybe you don't even know is coming your way, but these problems are temporary. They're not going to last. Do pay attention to your finances. You might want to reach out to a spiritual coach, a spiritual guide of some sort, a healer, a reader. You are encouraged to protect your energy. And I think maybe this has been a very long and daunting journey, a long mental journey, and either way, it's going to leave you wiser at the end. So if you can take away from this lesson something that you've learned that you can apply moving forward to not repeat a cycle, I think you're going to be quickly climbing towards success. But slow and steady wins the race, and whatever's been closing out, I think it's coming full circle in May. And April showers bring May flowers. So something is blooming below the surface. And I do feel an emotionally secure and loving family is important to you. And maybe you've been in a situation where you've not been getting what it is that you deserve. And I feel it's not going to lead to permanence. So it's kind of time to let that go. And if somebody's hurt you, don't worry, they're going to reap what they have sown too. Karma never loses an address. Karma never ever loses an address. And we always get what we put out there. And, you know, we might not always be around to see somebody getting the karma that they're getting served. And you don't need to be around. You don't need to stick around to see that playing out. But either way, there is a rebalancing in the makes is what I feel. You got to stop reliving the past, Leo. It's dark. It's dreary. I think it's time for you to seize this doorway that's opening up, to seize this brand new opportunity, because something is waiting on the other side of this door. And maybe it's time to heal your heart and to deal with any inadequacy issues. I think you've been in a situation that's really taken a toll on your self-esteem. And nobody can ever give us self-worth. That really is an inside job. So I think release some pride and ego. Love is here for the taking, but that always starts with self first and foremost. I think you've been in a state of confusion. I think there's an emotional storm brewing below the surface, and you're going to have to face any obstacles head on. You can't keep holding on to a situation purely for financial stability. I think there's a financial attachment here that has kept you stuck. And I think it's kind of time for you to embrace these changes that are coming forward. It's time for you to embrace this heart healing. I think you've been patiently waiting for somebody to maybe step up with some loyalty. But I think you're like wasting your breath there. I don't think there's any loyalty in this partnership. And it's kind of time to part ways. Maybe substances have been affecting your life when it comes to this relationship ending. And maybe you're going to have to break free in order to heal your heart. I think there's fear. I think maybe you've tried to fix what's broken time and time again, and maybe it's not fixable. I think there's fear when it comes to taking a risk in a new direction. I think maybe it is risky. I think you're dealing with inadequacy issues when it comes to taking a leap of faith in a new direction. I also feel with the Patience card, the time is now for you to embrace this ending. And I do think it hurts. And there's sadness and loss with every ending. But maybe this is the gateway to open you up to your connection to your ancestors and your guides and your crossed over loved ones is what I'm feeling. Definitely the death of a situation here. The death of somebody that maybe you viewed as a life partnership. Maybe this is a broken engagement or the ending of a long-standing commitment. But there's definitely an ending here. And maybe you just need to take a break, take a vacation to figure out what your hopes and wishes are. I think maybe this was a past life connection, and not all past life connections are pleasant. It very well could be an intense connection that was stemming around some past life karma that was needing to be cleared this life. You're going to have to navigate carefully, and I think Spirit's been sending you the messages when it comes to this karmic lesson. I don't think there's emotional intimacy here, and I think it's time to embrace this change. Stop gripping to control because of finances. It's time. It's kind of time to heal your heart is what I'm feeling, Leo. So let's keep going and see what other energies need to come through. Abandoned. I think there's a fear of an abandonment wound. And maybe your challenge this lifetime is to overcome feelings of aloneness and unwantedness. Maybe this ending is going to get you to dive deep into your emotions and to own all of these emotions that are uniquely yours, Leo. Don't hold back your feelings. I feel this aloneness is basically where you learn to find yourself. It's time to transcend these woundings, this negative experience. And although this negative experience has shaped you in some form, it's not supposed to define you moving forward. Do not allow this to limit you. You're not being punished. Maybe you fear public ridicule when it comes to this ending. And I think you are angry. I think you're angry. I think you put a lot of time into a situation and it's not yielded any growth or expansion. And I don't think it's returned love to you like you've put into this situation. And I feel like it's felt like a prison cell. And it's kind of time to maybe enjoy being alone for a little bit, to enjoy the solitary life, to really get to know your soul song, what makes you tick, what makes you happy. Let's keep going, Leo, and see what else needs to come through. I wonder if my little peanut Savvy is going to be a show star in the background like she was for the Cancer reading. That karma came out. So Cancer got both of these karma cards. So you could be dealing with a Cancer or have heavy Cancer in your chart. But this is a karmic burden that, you know, it's kind of time to release. You need to acknowledge this ending for what it is once and for all, and to release the past in order to heal fully this lifetime. Maybe this is a lesson in humility. Like I said, I think maybe you spent a lot of time working on this foundation, and it's kind of time to accept this huge release. And don't play into arrogance and pride. I think you're stepping into longevity. You want a solid, stable family life. An emotionally secure and loving family is important to you. And I don't think this contract is going to give that to you. So it's kind of time to release this karmic burden. And I do feel you've been through the battle zone. I think you dutifully put all of your eggs in one basket with this connection. And it's really not served you. I feel you're being asked to travel towards being single for a while. And maybe you've held on to this foundation because of material possessions that you've gained together. Do not let these material possessions have power over you. That's a challenge that you need to get over for sure. And it's kind of time to enjoy the single life for a little bit. Maybe you're going through an unconventional period of growth is what I'm feeling. And it's time for you to fight for what it is that you deserve. So spend some time in fond reflection. Figure out what it is that you really want in your life, because these possessions aren't cutting it. And I think it's time for you to get curious and to venture where you only have ever dreamed of going before. So release any feelings of inadequacy, Leo, any shame that's been acquired from this ending or this broken promise. Own this imperfect experience and step into your royal blooded lineage. So I feel if you want to be treated like royalty, you're going to have to learn to love yourself. I think it's time for you to mother yourself, to demonstrate love and compassion to yourself as you grieve this ending. And I feel this is going to bring forward all kinds of growth, all kinds of wisdom. And maybe this is a family pattern that has repeated throughout generation and generation throughout your family lineage. And maybe it's time to recognize this pattern for what it is so you can heal it for future generations. I don't know that you have any children with this person. I don't think you have any children. But either you or somebody you're connected with is struggling with some addictions, some impairment here. And this has created a deep sense of lack inside both of you. And the universe will reward your efforts when you quit playing the servant in something that's just not working. So remember who you are, Leo. So interesting. Definitely matters at the heart. I found this little gem on the floor and I was asked to put it on the tarot deck. But let's keep going here. Death, yeah. This is a death of a situation. I think it's long overdue, and all endings lead to new beginnings. And maybe this is a period of growth, of profound transformation and change, to shed all the old, to bring in the new, to step into healing. Oh my God, and the moon. So yeah, you've been feeling emotionally bankrupt in this connection for a long time. I think it's time to communicate these feelings if you're to step into the healing pathway. This is your wish being granted, and it might not feel like it right now, Leo, because there's something hidden here. The moon is ruled by the shadow. Scorpionic energy is very dark and shadowy. But then we get this healing energy, healing lack mentality, healing your self-worth, healing your self-value. Could be dealing with a Pisces, an Aquarius, Scorpio, or Taurus. But I feel, yeah, you're feeling abandoned, you're feeling left out, you're feeling emotionally bankrupt because you kind of know there's secrets here. You could be dealing with a Pisces that's hiding something. There's definitely an illusion here. And secrets within a partnership, within a marriage. Doesn't have to be a marriage, it could be a common law partnership. And I do think you've spent a lot of time on this connection, planting seeds, trying to make things work, and all you keep getting met with is chaos and conflict. Chaos and conflict. It's time to release this chaos and conflict, quit playing into the drama. I think you've prayed for change, you've prayed for answers, and there's a strict lesson being learned. You can't keep feeding energy into a connection that's riddled with lies, secrets, deception. There's pain here. There's betrayal here. There could be even financial thieving, and maybe that's why you're in a financial pinch. Aquarian energy. I think it's time for you to pack up and move homes. When you get to the 7, it's time to figure out what it is you want to put the work into. Because if you keep feeding this situation, you're going to be met with all kinds of financial struggles and challenges. That is definitely a financial pinch, that 5 of coins. And maybe it's time to leave somebody out in the cold. Because like I said, there's illusions here. It's time to do the work. It's time to climb the ladder to success. And I think something is being illuminated when it comes to this burden. I think you're getting a major wake-up call. You're definitely at the crossroads, without a doubt. And it's kind of time to put that final nail in the coffin. I do think there's been a lot of pain here, a lot of betrayal, a lot of struggles, but maybe this is what's going to spark a new creative endeavor for you. Maybe you're going to receive a message from a child. Somebody's going to be delivering a very harsh message, and I think you're going to be on defense. You've been on defense. I think you're going to need to defend yourself. It's kind of time to lay down this long-standing burden because you've carried it for a very long time. There's definitely a major wake-up call. Plutonian energy. So death, transformation, rebirth. The universe is saying you're at the divine why, you're at the crossroads, and with Mercury in Aries, maybe it's time to aggressively speak your truth. You're being presented with 2 pathways. Do you want to repeat this cycle and be right back where you started once again, or do you want to walk through a new doorway? Because the pathway is being illuminated. I also feel you're going through a period of soul retrieval. And maybe it's time to master your craft, to start doing the healing work once and for all, to lay down this burden, because this is the cycle of betrayal. There's something being illuminated when it comes to some betrayal, when it comes to doing the deep dive. So let's keep going here, Leo. It's time to get your foot stuck out of the wheel. It's time to learn something new, and it's definitely time to close out a karmic cycle of regret, remorse, guilt, shame, third-party interference. There's definitely been some third-party interference, people, places, or things, and I think this has been a long time coming. This is a milestone moment for you, Leo. This is a major karmic cycle coming to a close, and when we learn that lesson and we take that leap of faith in a new direction and release that fear, then we can step into all of this abundance and this growth. So something about the Saturn energy in your natal chart, it's time to embrace this expansion. And we do have Jupiter and Neptune conjunct. So Jupiter energy, it's kind of time to spin the wheel forward. And you might have to start from ground zero. You might have to learn something new. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but you're going to be able to rebuild. I think you've been, in this state of prolonged grieving, in a foundation. Maybe somebody's not been sincere with their emotions. I think it's time to build a legacy in a new direction. Maybe somebody's been grieving the loss of a partner from the past, and that's created a gap between you and this person. But I do feel it's kind of time to release this energy once and for all, Leo. But let's see what's hidden below the surface, because pretty soon you're going to be moving in a new direction. You definitely got a player on your hands, and you're definitely getting a major wake-up call. You've not wanted to move on. Maybe at one point you thought this was, really passionate. You're happily ever after. I think get ready for a quick departure. You can't keep deceiving yourself, Leo. There's a lot of mental struggles here, a lot of self-deception, and maybe it's time to take the rose-colored glasses off. I think you're dealing with somebody that's kept you in an illusion. They've been wearing a mask. Maybe you're feeling foolish. There's an opportunity for a rebirth here, but you're going to have to get a major wake-up call, Uranus energy. I think there's been a lack of communication in this connection, and the Knight of Wands reversed is my player card. And maybe somebody's quickly departing this situation because of a missed opportunity in the past. But there is a new doorway opening up. If you want a solid, stable family life, you're going to have to walk through this new doorway, because after you get to the world, you take that leap of faith in that new direction, and you learn this lesson once and for all. So this is definitely stemming around some childhood wounding, and it's likely a pattern that's repeated throughout many of your relationships. And I think the energy is saying it's time for you to birth this brand new life. You have the ability to create change in your life. And if you want to reap the rewards of your hard work, you're going to have to do the hard work and transform your life. Could be dealing with an Empress. I think this is a message for you, Leo, To learn this lesson, you might need to block communication with somebody in order to find your stamina to move forward. And it is through all of the painful lessons that we learn that we can really tap into our creative aspects. And the Empress is a creator. The Empress is unconditional love. And I think maybe you did love this person very deeply, but I don't think it's been reciprocated. I think it's time for you to go through these labor pains to communicate what it is that you need and to walk through a new doorway. I think it's time to learn this lesson once and for all so you stop repeating these negative cycles in love. And maybe this will spark a brand new creative endeavor. I think this is a massive heart chakra awakening. And there's a lot of divine truth coming forward. And we got all kinds of pages. So fresh new energy is around the corner. But you're going to have to leave this very dissatisfying situation behind. And I think you've held on to this for a very long time. You want wish fulfillment. And if you want wish fulfillment, then you're going to have to turn your back on this situation. You're going to have to climb the ladder towards success. And you're going to have to go into the unknown, knowing that anything has got to be better than where I'm at. It's time to gather your emotions, to get in the driver's seat, and to go in a new direction, and to go through this deep healing. And I do think it hurts. I think it's really taking you to rock bottom. But if you don't leave on your own, the universe is going to come in and throw you out of this foundation because it's built on false pretenses. It's not built stable. It wasn't built on stable ground, and it's kind of time to rebuild in a new direction. And I do think this hurts, and maybe it's creating a heart chakra awakening. I would like to look into this death energy a little bit further. And we get the High Priestess. So there's definitely secrets here. And I think it's time to go into the mysteries of your inner darkness, because this is without a doubt a toxic codependent situation, an addictive situation, whether there are literal addictions here or you're just in a toxic trauma bond that feels like something that you can't get out of, that you're caged to. And I think you've secretly known this for a long time. Could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Pisces. This death energy is going to lead you to a brand new creative endeavor. I think you've lost passion for life again, and it's time to find your spark. You're gonna have to defend yourself. I think there's gonna be a lot of brash, harsh communication coming up, and this communication has been withheld for a long time. I think you've been all up in your head about, closing out this cycle. I think you've been losing sleep, a situation that's likely turned into a nightmare. And it's kind of time to close the book on the past, because there's definitely somebody given to more than one. It's not balanced. It's time to communicate this. It's time to release your grip on a foundation that's really not meant for you. And like I said, I think there's fear of being alone. And I think you're kind of ready for battle here. So what is this moon energy? High Priestess, moon energy, secrets. Maybe somebody's secretly going in a new direction. Maybe you're planning on secretly going in a new direction. There's that Five of Cups again. There's a lot of regret over a past decision. I think somebody wishes they could go back to the past and build a foundation. There's definitely some new passion being reignited. I think somebody's secretly been planning on maybe leaving you out in the cold, or maybe you've been the one secretly planning on leaving somebody out in the cold. Yeah, there's definitely a shakeup here. When you get to the 5, it's kind of time to embrace these changes once and for all. Let's see what this judgment is, this awakening. Justice, King of Cups, Ace of Coins. I think somebody's going to be getting really honest with you. There's definitely a choice between two. So somebody's choosing to go towards another lover, whether this is you or your person. Somebody has a lot of love here for somebody that I think they walked away from in the past. Somebody wants a new beginning, and there's definitely a karmic rebalancing here with the Justice, Libra energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody's received some intuitive hits when it comes to making an unexpected choice in love, and maybe this has been 4 years in the making. I think this has been a long time coming. And maybe somebody's not been emotionally available within this situation, and because they've got their heart set on somebody from the past or in a new direction. Because the doorway is opening when it comes to taking action towards a brand new beginning in love. Ace of Cups, big, big love, holy grail love. And somebody's been juggling for a long time, whether they've been juggling you or you've been juggling them. But somebody definitely is wanting to, go back to a situation that I think they walked away from in the past. And maybe this has been a block when it comes to bringing balance into the situation. You're definitely parting ways with somebody, whether you're calling the shots or somebody else is calling the shots. Maybe you stayed in this foundation just to, build up your finances. And I don't think it's really yielded any financial growth. I think you're both in a financial pinch, and it's time to release that fear when it comes to going in a new direction. You can't keep sitting on the fence. Definitely a choice between two needs to be made. And I do think there's a lot of emotions here when it comes to this decision, but I think somebody's getting ready to take grounded action towards a deep spiritual connection. What do you want? Do you want karmic love or do you want soul love? Because wherever you're at, it feels very karmic, very toxic, like a trauma bond. And there's a spiritual connection here that's trying to come through, but somebody's going to have to stop juggling. Somebody's going to have to release this indecision and make a choice to go in a new direction. There's a masculine going towards wish fulfillment, going towards ultimate love, spiritual union, happily ever after, but there's an ending that has to take place first, and I think somebody's been planning behind the scenes for a while. Like I said, maybe up to 4 years. There's a lot of truth coming forward, and the masks are about to fall because this isn't fun anymore. So what is this Fool energy, please? 8 of Cups, Page of Swords, 7 of Cups. I think you've been confused about moving forward. Somebody's been confused, working through a period of disillusionment deep within some underworld aspects of this spiritual transformation. And somebody's about to deliver a message because they're walking away. They're cutting ties. Brand new beginning, but you got to leave the past baggage behind. There's definitely a deep spiritual connection here, and I think somebody's planning to sneak away towards their soulmate. The King and Queen of Cups got a lot of love for each other, and I think somebody is maybe praying it's not too late to go back to the past, and this has without a doubt been a long time coming. So wherever you're at, it's stuck, it's stagnant. The 7 of Pentacles is stuck. And if you want that ultimate 10 of Pentacles, I think it's time to work with somebody new. Because wherever you're at, it's been combative. It's been a lot of drama, a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict. I think a lot of people know your business. There's likely drama, gossip surrounding this situation. And it's kind of time to plant those seeds and to do the long, hard work that it's going to take. And that goes right good with the slow but steady wins the race. So it's going to take a lot of hard work, and victory is on the other side. And I feel there's this life force activation when it comes to making this decision. So get ready to receive a message. It's time to learn this lesson. It's time to plant those seeds in a new direction, because you can't stay stuck forever. If you want an emotionally insecure, loving family, you're going to have to close out this karmic cycle and grieve this ending. And you do likely need to seek some spiritual guidance. There is without a doubt a new opportunity waiting for you, because with all endings do come new beginnings. We'll get a couple last messages from Spirit. Try to refrain from judgments. We all have our own unique pathways to walk this lifetime. Maybe you're needing to try a different approach, but we all experience life in our own way, and maybe it's time to allow somebody to journey in a new direction. You can't control another person's actions. All you can do is control your own reactions. And I think if you don't leave this situation on your own, the universe is definitely going to throw you out, because neither one of you are happy. I think it's time to stop pretending you're happy when you're not. You're definitely a student in this situation, learning a very valuable lesson. And maybe this was a lesson in responsibility around your financial resources, because I don't think finances are good. And you're definitely going to get thrown out of this situation if you don't leave on your own. I do think it's time to spend some time alone, to get to know yourself, to get rid of everybody that depletes you and anything dissatisfying in your life. When you get to the 8, you're in search of wish fulfillment. So where do you need to nourish yourself? Because you've chosen somebody that really hasn't supported you in any way. I think they made you feel small, they belittled you, and it's time to choose people that will love and support you. So what do you need to do to recapture your vitality, Leo? What will make your heart sing with joy? I think you are evolving. You're definitely learning a major lesson here. And you are definitely working through some difficult past karma. You will reap what you have sown. And it's time to acknowledge these difficulties if you are to heal from them. once and for all, because I don't think you've been trusting your intuition. You've been sensing something isn't right, and you've not been listening to that gut instinct. And this circumstance that you find yourself in, Leo, is not worthy of your time. It's not worthy of playing into this fear, these worries, this tension. The energy is asking you to release it and to start trusting your intuition. And we don't always have the answers. Everything does always happen for a reason, and we might not know why at the time, but soon you will understand why. But you're first going to have to walk away from this situation. And I think you're leaving this situation to walk towards a divine partner. If you want love like you've never known before, then you have to kind of try a different approach and do something differently. It's time to learn this lesson, to be responsible. I think you've poured everything into this situation, and it's not really giving you anything back in return. And it's time for you to create that healthy space for what it is that you do deserve. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. I think you've tried to compromise time and time again, and there's just no compromising with this person. And this is a necessary transition, Leo, so allow it to occur. Open your mind and your heart and understand that the situation is very unhealthy, and you will recover. But first, you got to process these deep emotions and this ending in order to step towards healing. You might need to reach out for some help. And I think forgiveness will allow you to liberate yourself. If you've been mistreated, it doesn't give them a free pass. But if you are to move on from this and move towards a new perspective, you're going to have to offer forgiveness. So I think a lot of self-awareness is coming forward when it comes to this unhealthy situation. And you know what you got to do. So that's what I got for you, Leo. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.